Rex, actually, do you mind removing these autopilots, the bots?
Yeah, sure. Let me.
Also, Rex, if you also could share this reminder in the channel for other folks, so that would be helpful. Can you hear me, Rex?
I'm doing that, Timothy. Sorry. My mic
Thank
was. Sorry.
Thank you, Rex. So, welcome everyone to Layer 5 websites meeting. And today is June 3rd, 2024, and another websites meeting. So we have a couple of agenda items that we'll be talking, though we don't have contributors or the PR authors themselves on the call. But anyway, we will be going through each PRs and we'll be taking a look at the previews there, and we'll also get feedback for them. So if any one of them happen to watch the live recorded session, they can catch up to the feedback that will be provided in the call. So let me very quickly first share this docs link in chat so that you all can write your name in the attendees list. And yep, please don't forget to mark your attendance by writing your name. Also, so let's also follow our weekly tradition, and that is anyone on the call who is new, they can introduce themselves. So all the folks I see on call are old timers, but just I'll ask Angel. So if this is your first time joining websites meeting, you can go ahead and introduce yourself, Angel. Just a quick heads up, just in case you have any audio or mic issues, you always can use chat too. So once again, Angel, do you mind giving your intro? Maybe, okay. Yep, so you will have to unmute yourself.
Sorry, did you say something to me?
No, so I was talking to Angel, so if only they can, unmute themselves, we can hear.
Okay.
Am I audible?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, so my name is Angel and I'm from India. And yeah, I'm looking forward to contribute.
That's great, Angel. Welcome to the community and call. Do you mind sharing from which part of India you are calling, and like if you are in a school, so in which year you are in
Yeah,
school or
so
college,
I'm
and your tech
from
stack?
Punjab, and yeah, I'm in my third year of computer science.
Okay.
And yeah, so I know web development and backend dev.
In like web development, the specific technology like React and others, if you could
Yeah,
name
so
them.
I'm
So
like more into JavaScript and Node.js, and I'm
Mhm.
trying to learn more about other stacks as well.
Great. So we might as well have some issues for you to work on. We'll point those out as we go along the
Yeah,
meeting.
sure.
So thank you, Angel. Next up, we have Mushkan with us. So I think she's also a newcomer. So do you mind introduce yourself, Mushkan?
Yes, sure. Hello, everyone. This is me, Muskan here. I'm a BTech undergrad. I'm currently in my 4th year, and I'm a full stack developer. And my tech stacks are React.js, Node.js, and also from backend, I have gone through Spring Boot. And currently, I am more exploring toward DevOps. And yeah, I'm looking forward to contribute in the community. And that's all. Thank you.
That's great, Muskan. So have you got any issues to work on, or like are you still looking for your first item?
No, actually, I have previously contributed to some of the projects, but recently I have just done the environment setup and all, and I'll be looking into the issues, whatever are there.
That's great. So once again, we'll also find something for you to work on, Muskan. And by the way, like the folks I see on the call, they are like also looking for their first issues to work on. But meanwhile, like it's a great, I cannot stress it enough that it's a great way to contribute if you go and review the PRs. So the contributors who are new, they always look for feedback, and for maintainers, it's not always possible to give everyone
big amount of information, and the time is very short.
Sandra, like I'm going to, yeah. So if you can, review those PRs, that would also be helpful.
Yeah,
All right, so
sure.
thank you, Muskan. Okay, so I'll ask Khushi if this is the first time you're joining this call, so you also can go ahead and introduce yourself. Maybe talk about your favorite language that you use at work or in projects. There seems to be some audio or mic issues with Khushi, so we'll circle back if it
Excuse me.
gives.
Sorry. Yeah, hello. This is Khushi here. Basically, I'm a one-stack developer, and I contributed during my college years, and recently I thought to contribute again and again engage in a community. So basically, I joined last week, and this is my second meet that I'm attending right now. I'm slowly exploring, and also I've taken interest in the like backend issues. So I'm also currently learning Go, so I can contribute to the backend itself. So yeah, thank you.
That's really great, Khushi. So, since you are also a fellow gopher, I would recommend. I cannot stop myself from recommending joining Mysteries Development Meeting for those folks too, like they are who are like in DevOps. So, more of the conversations around these topics happen in the development meeting on Wednesday. So, hopefully, we'll see you there too. You might as well get some good first access to get started in the backend area if that's your interest. So, once again, thank you for introducing. So. Next up, we have Sally with us. So, Sally, do you mind giving your intro?
Hello everyone, I'm Saili. I have experienced I'm experienced blockchain developer with the background in a full stack development. Recently, I'm learning Golang and Kubernetes, and I'm looking forward to contribute and gain insights from all of you. Thank you.
That's great, Sally. So, I might get call for volunteer on docs.mission.io. I'll be keeping. So right now we don't have that included here, but I'll write that and we'll ask. Since you said that you have like Kubernetes experience, I will make sure that I bring that into your attention. So maybe you can suggest a few topics. We'll talk about that when we get to that section. So once
Okay,
again,
sure.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And I think for today, the last newcomer on the call would be Shivani. So Shivani, do you mind giving your intro?
Hi, hello everyone. Actually, joined previous calls as well. I also Vivek mentioned one query that I asked for regarding the layer 5.0 setup. So yeah, I'll be working on that, and once it will be done, like I'll try to make sure that it works on CodeSpace, and then I'll try to make sure it works on my end as well.
That is great.
Yeah.
So did you get success running layer 5 on CodeSpaces maybe?
Yeah, actually, I have to try that today. So I'll be doing that today after this call, actually, after 1 hour.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I think that's easy in starting. So you always can figure out how to set them up locally. But for now, I think CodeSpaces is the way to go. So yeah, if you don't have any problem, please do sound off with that on a discussion forum. I think you already have a open thread there, on community forum of layer 5. For those of you who are not aware, it's at discuss.layer5.io, where you can ask any product related question or any regular contributions. If you have any questions around them, how you can set projects locally. So that place is all for this kind of queries. So thanks once again, Shivani. So I think that's all. Now let's get rolling with the agenda items. Once again, I'll remind you all to mark your attendance and how you can do that. So I'm hopeful that Archit will be sharing this docs link that you can see on your screen. And if you write your name, so we'll know that you were here. So with that said, let's get started with topics that are on layer5.io. But before we do, if any one of you on the call have any item, be it if you need any help on any issue or you are facing any other issues while setting up the projects locally, or if you have any open PRs, make sure you mention them in the docs. We are a little low on agenda items, so that would really be helpful. All right, so let's check if we have Suraj on call today. Oops, we don't. So Archit, do you mind giving a reminder to Suraj, maybe just in case he wants to join the call, so we can take a look at his PR. Archit, will you please confirm?
Yeah, I'm just dropping.
Thank you, Archit. So maybe we will circle back to Suraj. Next up, we have Hargun. I think Hargun is on the call and has an agenda item. So Hargun, do you mind sharing your screen and presenting your item?
Yes, sure. Is my screen visible?
Yeah, it is, but just a $2 fine for those who ask like whether or not they are audible or whether or not their screen is visible. So a heads up from next time onwards.
Okay. So this was the issue that I was working on. I had to add animations to this section of the Layer 5 website. This section. So I tried adding some animations there. I had raised a PR for the same.
Yeah, so this is great effort, Hargun. So like for majority of the folks who are on call, it may not be evident like which kind of animations you have added. So it would be helpful if you could, as you are in presenting, if you could describe, briefly exactly which kind of animations you've already added. So I mean, you have added, in addition to the ones that were already there. So that would be helpful.
Should I describe the animations?
Yeah, so like I remember that there are some additional existing animations too on this page. So it would be helpful for folks who are new on the call to know like which kind of animations you have added in the PR on the page.
Okay, so I've added animations to this section, deploy faster together with confidence. and these cards below. 1, 2, 3, and these cards. And this animation was already there.
Yeah, so the way the cards are, appearing as you are scrolling up and down, you're saying that you added that animation, right?
Yes, yes.
All right, that's great. Let's get, feedback. Okay, yeah, so I'll first let you present everything that you want to present. So anything more that you want to say on this change?
Not this PR. I have another issue which I want to discuss.
Yeah, so but first let's get feedback on this one. So thank you for that. So Rex, Stanshu, and all of you on the call, you all are free to give your thoughts or feedback. So how the way we can, even improve it, or if there's any suggestions for Hargun, you can sound off in chat or unmuting yourself. So do we have any feedback for this change?
Like from what I'm seeing, like I'm not able to like recognize the animation actually. I think due to the zoom, so I can't like properly like able to review that. But I have to go to the PR actually. I think it's due to the zoom, so it's not so clear. Because there are pretty 2-3 more animations, so I think it's been missing. So yeah.
Hargun, if you can share the preview link that you have there, so folks can
Yeah,
go
sure.
and. So I guess that's it. So thank you, Hargun. Do we have any more feedback for it? Rex, do you have any say anything to this?
I was going to take a look at what it is now. But if I'm getting it correctly, there are no animations there for previously. Yes.
Like I'm afraid that we quite didn't hear you. So
I think my audio is bad. I'll just check out the preview and maybe I'll give any feedback in the PR.
that would work. That would work. Thank you, Rex. Yeah, Hargun, if you have any other items, please go on sharing.
Yes, so I had to implement this model component page. Here where we have these two components, button and text input. So I had to implement this model page. So I was going through it. I wanted to ask that, do I need to code these models or should I directly insert the images present in the Figma file for these models? Delete, create environment, create user account and all.
You should code Argonia. You should code. I think don't think so. Like all the models you have to code, right? Text. Any single model you can start with, like because the basic one. So I think that should be enough because like the basic idea should provide that it's a reusable thing, and the inner content of the model could be anything. I think first page it's good enough to put first. Because actually, when you implement through code, the basic elements are already like there. You have to just import it and use it. So yeah, like it's better to code rather than just putting the image. So
yeah, this way we
then
also.
Because it's
Yeah, please go ahead.
good.
Yeah, so this way we'll also make sure that we are consistent because if you go to the buttons component, we are like interactively, so like as you are switching tabs, you can see the different kind of buttons that are there on the website that can be imported from system. So I think what Sanso is saying does make sense. So
okay,
guys,
so
I have one.
Put them.
Yeah, please go ahead, Moin.
Yeah, I think that like in overview section we have to use the images, but specifically in the code tab, basically we have the code tab as well. There we have to like represent the code. What do you guys think? I think we have to use image over here, and we should use the code in the code tab.
Yeah, so are you talking about snippets? So yeah, like snippets are readily available on every component page for different categories. Is that what you're saying, Moin?
Basically, I thought that Hargun was saying that, for example, within the function, the workflow after that we are having an image, right? And she was asking that whether we should use an image or like the code. So I believe specifically in this page we have to use the image, and in the next tab, in the code tab, basically we got a couple of tabs, right? We got like code, description, overview. So I think in overview section we have to use the images, and in code section we have to like share the code of it, right?
No, actually, the thing is like when you go to this page, the basic aim is to that it should provide it should be interactive, right? It should be interactive. The text input inside this model should be interactive because the text input will show you that what's the theme color. Like when you interact over any of the input field, it will show green theme, right? So it would not be available if you just put an image over there. So it should have a like a code base, not an image.
I have
And
a
snippet is
question.
just a set of
Sorry,
code.
Shri.
So yeah.
Keep it on. I was wondering
Please go, Alex.
if it's necessary to have interactive components like that across all pages. I think Mohammed's point is quite valid. If the only place that they will get to maybe select the modal that they will need is in the code page, then realistically, that's the only page that needs to have interactive components, because having interactive components on the overview page or the guidance page might just be distracting people from what they are intended to read. So if they want to see how the modal operates, then they can go to the code section and have all the interactive modals in there, any interactive component, what you like. It's a button, a text input, whatever it is. That's how I actually thought that. What do you think?
Yeah, so hopefully my screen is visible, and so like sorry for interrupting you, Hargun. So I just wanted to say this. So like on overview, you can see these different type of button that we have, and these are like coded, not like image is put there. And what Sudhanshu is saying, basically this is the same, that we should be having at least one of the modals implemented. So that way it's interactive to the extent, and others can be made maybe just the image can be put there. But yeah, again, like
Vivek, if you go to the code section here on buttons, please, just go to code. You see the buttons here are also interactive. Yes.
Yep.
And so
Yeah.
do you think it's any necessary to have interactive buttons or interactive components all through? I think it might even help to reduce how complex the code gets at the end of the day. So I don't know, that's what my thoughts anyway.
I think it's like every point is valid. I can understand. Like if you go to the current scenario, then we should like if anybody has any other suggestions. Like the current scenario is interactive over overview also. So yeah. So like if
Maybe
like it's a kind of a good discussion, healthy point of discussion.
Let's also ask,
The
Laksh,
thing is,
since he's on call and
first-
has, invested quite an amount of time.
maybe
So
we can add
Laksh,
an animation in the overview tab. Just the animations.
So I can tell what we currently have. So for if the user is on components page, like inside components, and they are seeing buttons or they're seeing text inputs, then everywhere it's interactive. And if they're in identity pages, so identity pages also have this thing, overview and everything, right? So and color codes also. So I guess yeah, there it's only. Can you go to the code page of color? I don't remember exactly what it had.
just a second.
Code page.
So this is the SVG. Yeah,
Yeah,
this is on
so
code.
these are all images only. So for identity pages, it was images everywhere, and for components, it was just imported components from System everywhere. this was originally there, but actually this was not discussed when this was originally built. But my opinion is that we should be sticking to the interactiveness, because the styles, most of the styles for text input, for example, can be revealed when you only click them, right? Like
Yep.
in many cases. So unless the user clicks them, they won't be able to see that what system provides, right? So I guess they should be kept interactive for components.
Yeah. So for now, I think the answer to Hargun's question would be to actually implement the modal here in component section. Is that right, Rex, Danshu, Moin, and others on the call?
Yeah, seems correct. Rex would like to confirm that Arvind didn't have to make all the models, right? Any basic one or two is good enough.
Well, I mean, if that's general consensus, then I have nothing against it. So it's good. It's fine.
No, I was asking that she didn't have to make each and every models, right? Like basic one or two reusable, like it's just to implement reveal that yeah, this is a kind of model, and inside of the modal body could
Don't
be
you think
anything
that would look sort of I was thinking that would look sort of disorganized. If it's interactive, then it probably has to be interactive both ways. If it's not interactive, then it shouldn't be interactive both ways. You can't have some part.
Rex, your voice is too low.
Oh my apologies. I was saying if it's interactive, then I think it has to be interactive all the way. You can't just have some parts interactive and then some parts not interactive. So hopefully
no.
It has
Actually
everything else.
Maybe we can add we can just add the animations for that specific thing, and we can implement the code in the code tab. We can do that thing as well.
By animations, what do you mean? Like the only things that are animated there are possibly the buttons or when an input field is clicked. I don't know that there are any other animations.
Animations like GIF, for example, someone can hover over it or that sort of animation.
Well, if that's not what we had for other ones, well, that's not what Lakshya and Sudhanshu had said earlier, so that might not work. I think what we are talking about specifically is having it coded and interactive. So,
yeah, like let's not move us wheels. We should be like right now consistent with. So I think GIFs, your point is valid, but like right now we are not using any GIF, Mohammed. So like it should not be this particular component will not be so like evident to use GIF here, because the design system is all about like interactiveness of components and how it looks like. So it should be a real thing rather than just a GIF or anything else. So yeah, like Hargun, you should start with like implementing interactiveness. Like it should be interactive model, and it should also be like you do not have to put all the models. What I'm trying to say is not Rex like particular part of the model. I'm just saying that she doesn't have to put each and every model. Just few 1-2 models are enough to put up in the overview, just to show that yeah, this is a model. Not like I was not saying about parts. So yeah, that's about it.
Okay, so like you said, you go ahead and start if we have any other contrary updates, I will be sure to text you down Slack or in GitHub and pass the information afterwards. But I'll go ahead and get implemented like thanks.
Yeah, so thanks Rex and Sudhanshu, Laksh, Moin, and others. So hopefully that's it for this particular item. So Hargun, do you have any other items that you want to share, or was it all?
No, that's it.
Thank you, Hargun. Yeah, sorry, sir. Next we have Vanshika. So, but I don't think she is on the call. So, will Rex, do you please put the reminder in channel maybe to let Vanshika know that we are discussing her item.
All right, I'll do that.
Thank you, Rex. So then next up we have Moin on the call, and it has an issue about gitnighthawk.dev. So Moin, maybe you can start presenting.
Yeah, just a minute. Let me open the tab first. Nighthawk. My screen is visible, right?
Yeah, but you will have to now pay $2 fine. So tell me your preferred payment method.
Yeah, didn't got your point. Kindly come again.
Please go ahead. So this is just a heads up that if you are asking whether or not you are clearly audible or is your video visible, so in that case you will have to pay $2 fine.
Oh, okay. Got it. So yeah, here I got that's it. So for example, you guys can see that in tablet view as well as in mobile view, there is not nothing like toggle bar or a nav bar for it. But yeah, that's a simple issue. So I have catered it. Let me show you my GitHub as well. So yeah, it was just related to a library named as Liquid. Let me share you that commit as well.
So Moin, do you not have a PR against the upstream?
No, I have already created a PR.
So I
Here
think
it
we
is.
will have a review there, right?
Yeah, I have already mentioned all the details. So for example, like when I was like setting it up for my local host, I got a couple of issues. Then I just updated a library known as bundle update with that command bundle update library, and after that I just got
Yep. Yeah, that makes
these
sense. So
this
if
nav
you
bar
keep scrolling down, Moin, if you keep scrolling down, please.
and toggle option.
So you should see. So if you like go further down, so we should see. We should see. Yeah. So you can see the deploy preview if you open that link. So did we just lost Moin on the call? Yeah. So
Hello.
yeah, Moin, please continue.
Okay, so
you can open the deploy preview, and we can take a
deploy
look at.
preview. There
Yeah,
it is.
if you scroll up.
Then okay, this one.
Yeah, you will find the link from there too.
Okay, yeah, here it is.
So whatever changes you have made, we should be able to see that here. So
Okay, got it. So I have not made any changes specifically in the code. I have just updated a library. That's it.
Yep. So if
So
that's a
here you
fix, so
can
we
see.
should be able to see.
Yeah.
Yep.
Actually, so
I think I think in this screen, maybe the right margin is too much, or what do you think?
yeah, I think there was a just like, for example, let me show it to you. There was a thing like in 7. Yeah, here it is. So over here in 767 pixel, it's okay. But if I go just on 768, it's like creating a sort of bug or something like that. But in 769 pixel, it's okay. So it's just a 1 pixel issue. Basically, he has the guy that who have done the previously the code. He has just created two media queries, one for 767, like which is creating the 767 section, and the one for 768. So yeah, it's just a 1 pixel issue. If you want, I can like I can also like solve this problem as well if you want.
That
Yeah,
would
that
be
would be
helpful
ideal
since
because normally we can't have the page looking like this anyway. So really help it.
yeah,
work that out.
that would really be helpful. Mine. So since
I
you're
don't know,
anyway
man.
going to
Rex, I'm unable to hear you guys. literally like I'm trying, but like you are inaudible to
Yeah,
me.
so I think I think I got what Rex said. So he said that it will be more than just helpful. So since you are anyway going to raise a PR against upstream, it would be helpful if you take care of this particular item in there.
So what should I do? Should I like create a new PR, or like we are going to merge this one and then I'll create an issue and like
I think you
I'll
can
resolve
do
it.
in the same PR as well.
Okay, okay, okay. I'll do it. No worries.
Thanks, Moin. So
Thank you.
okay, so before we go to the next item, if you okay, so I was just pointing about the mobile view like 360, maybe 367 pixels, but yep, I'll anyway take a look at the PR. Once again, thanks, Moin. Let me start using my screen once again. So do we have Vanshika on the call? No, we don't. And also, I don't think we also don't have Suraj on call, so we'll be skipping the items. Yeah, so this one again was from Vansika, but she's not here. And so like next couple of, I think the issues are from Moin. So Moin, you once again will have to start sharing.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so other than that, where it is. Let me open that PR as well. So yeah, here it is. Let me just move to the footer. Okay, so 1 minute more. Meshly.io. Okay, so this is the site that we are having currently, the live website, as discussed in the previous meeting. It was not in terms of design consistency, it was not okay to have an icon with community text or heading, because we don't have an icon with getting started, resources, or socials. So what I have done, I have just removed that icon from the community text or heading. Other than that, in the calendar, while hovering onto the calendar, we are having a blue icon for it, right? So I've just made it white. So there will be a design consistency. I think, yeah, you are getting my point, right?
All right, so was
Hello?
it previously discussed? Yeah. So was it previously discussed that we should be removing the community icon from there? Because yeah, what you're saying is making sense to me, that we should be consistent with the. Yeah. So was it agenda item in the one of the previous meetings?
It was discussed, but I think like it was not confirmed that we should remove or not. The recommendation from Sudhanshu was like just create a PR and issue and work on it. And other than that, he said that maybe there was one recommendation that maybe we can add icons to other uh, headings as well, resources, socials, and getting started. But as far as I've researched, like for example, if I go to layer5.io website or other websites, so there are not any icon attached with the heading. So I thought that yeah, maybe it's okay to remove it for now. So I just removed that thing. Other than that, yeah, it was pretty common. There was not any discussion related to that, specifically to that calendar thing. On hovering to it, it's just showing a blue color. So yeah, I just made it white. Other than that, yeah, in the specifically in the recognition text or link, we were not having any hover effect on the icon. So I just added that hover effect on the recognition icon as well.
Yeah, okay, so if
Please,
like,
would you
yeah,
hover
so
over community, please, Mohammed? Just hover over the community. In the original implementation, hover over the community.
Unable to hear you, man.
Can't understand me.
so if you go to Mishri.io,
Hover community. Hover the
Yeah.
Okay,
community,
so
like just hover your mouse. Yeah.
it's Mishri.io.
Yeah.
yeah, so if you hover on the
Hover.
community text where it says community,
There you go. Does the icon change any column? Originally, nothing, yes?
if you hover on the icon to mine,
Yeah, sure.
okay, so it doesn't change this, it doesn't change any color.
Okay, so this is the first thing. The second thing was like on hovering over to calendar text or link, the icon is changing its color to blue, but we got like all
Yeah,
over
that
design
that
is
makes sense.
using a white
That
on
that's
hover.
good. Yep. Moin, like, thank you. Thanks a lot for that. Like, that's sorted. So there's no confusion in that. Can you please talk about your next issue that you have in thread?
Yeah, then there's no like it's not an issue. It's like for sort of a suggestion, or like I want
Yeah,
suggestion
please.
from you guys.
Yep.
So for example, in Meshi.io website, this is the website, right? On going into the light mode, that the design of this button is not changing. So I think that maybe we should change it as well.
If you can repeat again, which button are you talking about?
The header button, the top header button, like this one. Show your support by adding a reaction.
Okay, so you're saying that the color and other things, styling is not changing for that one, right?
Yeah, they are not changing. Like for
that's
example, with
I think
this
that's how it's
specific
supposed
button.
to. Yeah, so I think that's how it's supposed to be there. But let me ask Rex and others on the call.
Can you again switch to light mode, please?
Yeah, so I'll maybe explain. So what Moin is saying, that when you are switching from light to dark, or the other way around, the top level banner kind of thing that you see there, it's not changing its styling. So what he's suggesting is like making it theme friendly. So when we are in light mode, it should be having some light mode, and when in dark, it should be having dark mode styling. But I think
But
the
I'm
main
just
purpose of
talking
that
about
top level banner.
specifically I'm just talking about the button,
Okay.
not the all over header.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so like what happens when you like right now? Please, can you hover over the button? Just show your support button. Okay, and when you hover at dark mode, it's just switch to dark mode and hover what it looks like.
Okay.
The button.
Yeah.
Can I just hover it now? The button, show your support. Okay. Like and what it's on the other buttons, the hover effect.
Yeah, so for example, like in this getting started button, the border as well as the text is changing its color. Right now, currently in dark mode, it's white, and when I move towards the light mode, it's black now.
Okay, so like text would be more like known that for that. Like if you see that the background color of that header is kind of a Keppel green, right? So we generally have like overall white text over Keppel green across our like every project, like to be consistent, because it has been discussed prior, but yeah, like because that it looks good in that white background and dark background, that like the green color on over of the button,
I think the
but that
solution
is
will
at the hub.
Sorry, the solution could probably be to just have that, leave that text there in white, so it doesn't change to black in light mode. I think that could just be the solution, since we're having white on Capel green. So it should be like a constant white on the Capel, both across light and dark modes. The issue with the button, are these buttons here assistant buttons that are being used? Did you check when you were taking a look? Are the buttons from
No,
systems
this is a Jekyll website. So Jekyll like system this can't be directly put up here. It's a React component and it's a Jekyll static website. Like if you have to integrate like a NPM project in Jekyll, so we can't. But the assistant components right now cannot be directly used in Meshi.io.
But can they be used in Layer5.io?
Yeah. Can be used, yeah.
Okay.
So like Moin,
No, I think
confirming you with like
Layer5.io
we generally put
is on
white text.
Gatsby.js.
Yeah. Like Rex was asking that we can put. It's not like it's running. Just for So for your confirmation, we generally use white text on this green color background at a dark and light mode. So the text which is like Meshi CNCF incubation proposal, you can change it to constant white at each mode, light and dark. And instead of like having when you hover on this button, show your support, there's kind of a background change in button. So you can just put like a drop shadow kind of thing, not just a background change.
Okay,
right?
got it. Got your point. Okay.
Yeah, so like all
So the
these
third-
sessions, Moin, like sorry to interrupt, but if all these sessions are feeling too overwhelming, so know that you always can rewatch the live recorded session in YouTube. So that may be helpful.
Okay, got it. So yeah, just the third thing is like pretty simple. I was thinking like specifically in this mode, are these texts readable to you guys, like deployment or security? Because I think like they are unreadable. For example, in dark mode they are readable when we are having like it's written deployment or security, specifically this thing, just the small text or the heading.
Yeah,
Okay,
so the
but
contrast
in
of
light
chip
mode
and
they
light
are not
mode is.
readable. So I was thinking like maybe we should.
Text, like do you have any
Yes.
quick points in the mind?
No, I do not.
All right. I think let's get your feedback. Like let's have a talk about this in website channel. So will you please
Okay,
be starting
got
a
it.
thread there? Yeah. So
Yeah, I'll
couple of sessions in chat, and so
I'll
it
do
would be
that.
helpful if other folks also like keep sharing their feedback in channel. So Deepak, you also can be part of that effort. All right. So thank you, Moin. I think this is it from your side today, right?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your time, guys.
So thanks a lot. Those were helpful updates. Moving on to the next, we have item from Archit about add key ID and monikers, but I think Archit had sent word. So we don't have Archit on call today. And looks like that is it for all the updates that we had to discuss today. But definitely we have a couple of items that we can circle back to. And in that list, I think Laksh has something to share. So Laksh, like, do you mind going next?
Yeah, so I had some points to discuss regarding Systent, the separate website that we are looking to build, right? So the problem with development was like actually I discussed with Rex also last week that the problem is that we wish to make it consistent, right? And the problem is that the existing design, either we can add the design components from Figma to first Systent and then they go to website and then we can build this, or what we can do, we can choose from the Systent components that already exist and then build the website from them. But the problem is that the Rex was unable to preview the existing components that are present on the Systent repo basically. So like due to this problem, we are like kind of at the same stage. So like I wanted some clarity that how should we proceed with it, like.
Right. So for the context for everyone on the call, so currently like this project that is Systent, which is Layer 5's own design system, was supposed to be having its own standalone website. But for now, like Rex and a couple of others have just integrated it as a part in layer5.io main website. So we have a section for Systent where you can find about identity and components. But yeah, the effort is about having separate website for the project itself. And in that effort, like the thing that Laksh is highlighting is preventing them from implementing the website. Is that correct, Laksh?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so this is a concern like worth discussing. Sudhanshu, do you have any quick comments or suggestions, or is something that you think you can get answers later in Slack or?
Like, can you just repeat once again, like, share the issue with review? Like, what's the need?
Basically, yeah, we need consistency, right? We don't want to build this website with the whole React code like from the scratch, right? We just want to reuse most of the parts. For example, we want to don't build another sidebar on the Systent website. We can have multiple sidebars on the existing pages, right? We just want to maybe even if we want to create a new sidebar, that should be coming from the Systent code repo, not imported from that side. And like just giving an example for sidebar, and same for everything like buttons and everything. So the problem is that like which components should we reuse, and is not very clear. For example, I think sidebar is not present, and if it's present, like it's very clear that like it's very unclear that how should I find it from the repo.
Okay, so I don't have currently the answer for preview, but if you like choose to like consistent, the thing is that you will not able to get to each like the whole component ready to use, right? Like if you're saying about sidebar, so sidebar is not in there because majorly the components in Systent are right now the reusable or the duplicate ones. If you say, for example, models are used everywhere, so put up in System. If you say about sidebar is kind of we use different color type of sidebar in Meshri Cloud, different sidebar of in Meshri UI. So that's why it's not been put up there. What
there a
the thing is
sidebar
that you can, yeah.
Is there a sidebar in Systent already? Is there anyone in Systent?
No. Actually, there is no sidebar in System. So here is the thing, like if you want to create any custom component, anything right now, so you can just, and it will be specific to System website. So you can just create a different directory, like System specific directory, website directory, and you can create that like it should be under custom. So if anyone want to export it any of the project, they can. The thing is, what I'm going to imply here is that you will not get every like component which need to be consistent. So what you can do, there are parts like, right? For example, if you want to use a sidebar as what? Accordion, right? Like basically mostly it will use accordions.
Right.
Yeah, so that accordion is in System, right? A base component. Using those accordion, you can build a sidebar.
Okay.
But don't you think it would be
So,
nice if he made that component so that now both in System,
of course,
Meshri, and even in layer 5, wherever there's a sidebar needed, is that same one from System that gets used, because that's the primary aim at the end of the day.
that's that's how I said, like you can put up in custom component under custom directory, which is all the components are there in System to use everywhere. So that can be used as a System websites also and other project also.
Okay.
Personally, I have another question if that's okay. As basic as the buttons, for instance, the hover states, the press state, and whatnot, has it been adjusted as defined in Figma on System? So the buttons that you get from System, are they defined in that manner? Or is that manner inappropriate for them to be defined the way the hover state is? the way the press state is. Are they wrong? Should they be in a different way? So, because if the buttons, the input field, and other simple components are not even following what the system is stipulating, then complex components that require one or two more components to come together, it might become a bit of a hassle to keep the consistency. So I'm wondering how many of those have actually been actually implemented as defined in systems. Because for instance, I still see very, very small buttons like maybe 32 pixel size buttons, and for instance, nothing like
Actually,
that was defined, and nobody said, "Oh, we should definitely have 32 size buttons." So, yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, like what I understand from your question, like we want to know that what components are already there, right? What is there already, and we want to have a track of that. Yeah, that kind of thing, like we can do, we can have a spreadsheet, or in Figma, you can create just like actually I can't edit Figma, that's the problem. So yeah, like we can have a spreadsheet kind of thing, which can be public to the contributors also. So in that, we can have a number of components already has been implemented that can be put as tick, and cross, which has not put until now. So what I'm thinking that could be the like least like easy way to do right now, if you want to just have a track.
Is it possible for us to
Otherwise, if you go to this
sorry, go ahead.
I'm just saying that if you go to this directory, what Vivek is showing, if you go to the custom ones and base, like these are very specific file names. So it can also be like very clear that, yeah, this component is being used like that. For example, custom tooltip. This is related tooltip. So
yeah, that's the thing. We know it's used, but what does it look like? So for instance, some of the components here, selector, for instance, has already been designed in Figma. Are they the same or are they different? They are different.
Of course, they same.
I want to use the one here.
Yeah, of course, they are same. We're following your design already. So yeah.
Same with systems theme and whatnot, or just the same with
same with Figma.
Maybe we should go over that later.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, because for instance, I've seen a couple of instances where buttons are used and the buttons are smaller than 40 pixels. And in desktop view, we don't even have 40 pixel buttons. I think that was probably recently added because of some specific use cases in Figma. So yeah.
What one thing I can do is, or any contributor can do is, that particular directory can have a readme. If you go to Vivek, that directory, okay. So I'm not sure it's good or enough, but it can be discussed like a point of discussion. Like it has a readme, right? So I have put in few readmes here. Like if you see what I can do, or any contributor can do is, like any component which are in custom, they can have a screenshot over there. Yeah, this is the file name and this is how it looks like. So this readme can provide that information for the instance.
Makes sense. So yeah.
That's a good one. But we will have to go by it on our own first before we are able to identify which ones are looking like them or which ones are not. So that, yeah, all right. That's fine.
Right. So thank you, folks. I just had one request for Rex and Lakshya, or maybe Sudhanshu also. So just for tracking, if we could, put the same comments that we discussed here. So maybe this concern can be dropped in Slack channel. So Lakshya, maybe you can describe this in website channel or UI UX channel about the issue that we have at hand. So others can also chime in who are not on the call.
Yeah, right.
So I think Antoinette, thank you. So Antoinette, Abid, they also can, take a look and can say a few words if they want to. So thank you.
You'll be doing that right now, sure.
Right, I will share.
Thank you. Both UX and website, maybe UX preferably, I guess.
Maybe I can add the problems that we have as a developer, and maybe for design, for deciding the design, you will have also some problems, right, that we have assistant. Like maybe you can add onto the thread, right?
Yeah, I think Rex heard that. So thank you, folks. So that is it. We are 2 minutes over the time. So we had a couple of items left to be discussed, but that was it. Thank you everyone for joining. And yeah, this meeting happens every Monday. So if you are into websites, you are contributing there, you can always come here and present your work and get feedback in the process. Also, we have a couple of other meetings that happen, weekly and bi-weekly also. So for that, if you want to get updates regarding those meetings, you can come over to layer5.io/community/calendar, where you will be able to see all the meetings, timings and the meeting minutes that are happening. So for Wednesday, we have this development meeting. For Mystery development meeting, we talk about everything, that is related to Mystery project. So, discussions about how it's deployed, basically, automations, DevOps, and other backend and Golang items. You will be able to get some of the good first issues if you're looking for them. Yep. So that was it. Thank you everyone once again for joining. We'll see you next Monday. Till then, bye.